guys, welcome to episode 2 of the R6 build. To follow along with the last episode, what we're going to be doing is basically just trying to strip as much of this engine out. It's not going to be much of an episode really, I'm just trying to create some sort of content. I noticed with the last set of videos, I would say I was starting to do this, showed a bit about the engine being built, and then the bike was suddenly done. So I want to try and include a bit more of, you know, the process of actually building it. So at the moment we've got the fluids draining. We've noticed from draining the coolant that it's practically neat coolant coming out of this thing. It is gone into a dirty pot, so obviously we won't be keeping it. But yeah, that's just draining out at the moment. In case you are wondering, there is the bottom bolt on the bottom of the water pump, which is an 8mm rather than the attaching bolts, which are the 5mm Allen keys, and that is actually a drain plug. So you just pop that out of there, it comes flying out, normally all over the floor. I did actually manage to catch it this time. So we're going to plod along like that really. It is quite late at night, so I probably won't be doing much of it tonight. I'll probably just remove the wheels and, you know, do a few things that make it look like I've actually done something. I've got some new grips like I said, I was going to replace these horrible grips. I've got some nice Pro Taper ones. I don't know whether they're genuine or not. I mean, they're cheap enough on eBay, and like, you know, packaging is obviously poor as hell, but don't care really. They're the same grips I got on my bike, just obviously mine are the red ones. I just like the feel of them, quite like the look of them as well, to be honest. So that's about it really. I'm going to try and, because I have no time-lapsing skills, I'm going to try and bring you along the journey with it, but I'm going to be doing a lot of pausing the video and then doing some bits and pieces, and then come back to the video and explain what I've done, and that's pretty much, I think, how I'm going to have to work this. I'm just going to try to include a bit more content. So right, enough with the chit chat. I'm going to sort of set you up into where I'm happy with you being, and then I'll see you on the next round of this video. So see you in a bit. Right, I have just filmed what I've done. So if you've just seen a time lapse, that means I managed to get it to work. So let's hope you've seen that. So basically what I've done is remove the radiator, and I've got a couple of manky Jubilee clips that I've got to sort out down there later, or get rid of, should I say. I'll remove the carbs as well, and I just want to point out that the first sign of this being bad is, I'm going to try and do this single-handed, we've got a load of murky, you can see it there, a load of murky old oil gunge residue shit just sat on top of that, and it's always cylinder 4 and 3, always. So yeah, I have just had a look down the back of the inlet valves as well, because with this engine, when I got to turning over, there is absolutely sod all compression. It's like it's turning over like it's got no spark plugs in it. So I'm thinking, oh god, it's dropped valves or something like that. So I have got a spare 5EB head if need be, but yeah, I would like to be able to use this one without running up the cost too much. I'm selling this bike at the end of it after all. So that's a good sign. Hopefully the liners have just gone so catastrophically that there is no compression. So onwards with the next bit. To be honest, I think I'm going to be nearly calling it a night soon, so I'm just basically going to be taking off the wheels. I'm going to give the exhaust studs a bit of a spray up, and probably take off the rear sets and stuff, because obviously these pegs need replacing. That one's worn smooth, that one's snapped off. We've got a binding brake on the back, so we're going to got to pull the wheels off anyway, so I'm putting the white ones on. So so we'll see how that goes. So if I've managed to get the old time lapse to work, here's another time lapse. If not, I apologise. Right guys, so here's the last part of this episode. We're going to call it here after this. I just want to round up, recap what we've done. As I say, as I'm recording now, I don't know whether this time-lapse theory has worked. So basically, we're all sprayed up on the exhaust manifold studs. To be honest, they all look pretty good as far as these studs get. So you know, they're not too bad. I've dealt with a lot worse that have actually come out, so I've got quite a few high hopes for them. There's a few things I noticed along the way with the bike which I'll get to in a sec. But yeah, so we've removed the wheels. I hate these sheets paddock sounds, by the way. You'll probably see in the time lapse a bit that I struggled a bit getting this wheel off, and basically what I have to do is move the wheel far enough forward so that I can get the chain off, so then I can then pull the wheel all the way back so I can clear this little lump here with the axle, which is a right pain in the arse. But we got it done anyway. And yeah, remove the rear sets. That's where the first sort of problem lies. This part here I struggled with a bit as well, because this is either glued or Loctited or cross-threaded like hell into this, because it barely moves. Gnawing all this up just trying to get it to move, and obviously I don't want to do that. I'm trying to save the bar if I can. There's a bit of cleaning up to do, you know, sort of rusty bolts and what have you, obviously the snap peg and the smooth one and stuff like that. Second issue is we have a bit of a fork leak. Initially I thought it might be brakes, and it still might be brakes, because I do have a bit of a manky bit, you know, like there's a lot of just nastiness built up in there, and as you move it around it starts to appear like a bit more and more, so I'm thinking that is a bit brake related as well. But the caliper's soaked in some greasy nastiness, but it is a bit wet up on the fork seals as well. I don't know if you can see there, but yeah, it is apparent, not so bad on the other one, so it looks like we're going to be doing some fork seals as well on this one. I won't go the whole hog of doing the R1 fork conversion. I want to try and make some money off of this bike at the end of it, to be honest. And the other one, oh yes, is this bike was fitted with crash bungs, rather precarious looking crash bungs at the time, and because of this, which doesn't fit in this hole, even still, we're missing this spacer, so I've got to find this spacer, which is going to probably be a bit of a ball ache. Got it on the other side, but it's missing on this side. And I think that's it. I think that's all the three main problems I found. Extra things, yeah. So we're going to cut that one here, and hopefully I'll put this video together well enough. So it's getting late now, so I'm just going to tidy up, clean up, and have done with it. So onwards with the next episode. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.